I'm going to give you a quick overview of the music player slash shortcutter little program that I've made to aid people using switches to play music on their PC. Not only can it play music, it can also play some video as well, as I'll show you a little bit later on, and can be used in a number of different ways. This tool came out of a requirement really for playing music using a simple switch with a computer. You can do this with other methods, for example a power link and a tape player is probably the most reliable way, but you can also do it with some of the iPod and iPad switch boxes now. However, if you don't have that to hand or you haven't got the right music on your device, this is another way of doing it, and I'll quickly show you how. So we go to the web page, which I hope you've found through the link that is on the bottom of this video, and we scroll down. You can see here a little screenshot of what it will look like. I'll give you a brief overview of how the program works, and you can then download the actual program by clicking on this link here. That downloads the file and we can then open it. This is actually a compressed file called a zip file. If we just try and double click on one of these, probably the program, it will ask us to extract all the files, which we'll do. This is the actual program. Now we're going to double click on this. This gives us a short help menu of the kind of keys. Now to make this work, you'll need your switch box configured to one of the keys listed in this little area here. Now for a lot of users, we'll either be using timed music, which is this first row, so that's where we set the switch to either an F8 key or a 0 key, or this combination of Control Shift and T. We're going to suggest it's going to be used on F8 or 0s for it to be used really easily. A lot of the switch boxes don't actually require any software, so this can be really useful, for example on the Don Johnston switch box. If you would like to use a toggle, which likes to play the music and pause the music, you can set it to F7 or F2, and we can have two switches to do play and stop, or for example play and the next button, so to move through tracks. So that's how you can operate it. You can effectively control Windows Media Player, VLC and iTunes with one little program. Now you're going to need one program only running at a time. For this demo I'm going to just quickly show you Windows Media Player. You need to get your playlist set up. Annoyingly with this you will not be able to navigate through all the different options or menu bars of Windows Media Player. For that it's worth looking at other programs such as the Grid or Switch Access to Windows, SAW, or Toby Communicator or Mind Express. So we've got our playlist ready. I'm going to just check that it will play. That's great. Now we've plugged our switch in. We're going to configure it to F8 or 0. So when I now hit the switch, it will play the music for a set period. So that set period I can find out by right-clicking on the icon and showing set latch time. Now it's showing you as 8 seconds when I actually move on it, so I'm going to increase it a little bit to say 13 or 16 seconds there. There we go, it tells us it's 16 seconds. I then can repress the switch. And it plays for 16 seconds. If we wanted to have two switches to move up and down the tracks, we could assign those to either 1 to go previous or 3 to go ahead of the track. We can do some other things with it. For example, and let's bring up the help because we may not remember some of these things. We could play and pause the track, so that would be 2. Okay, we can do the volume, we can do play and stop. If we wanted to actually just see what the time was, we just hold Control, Shift and D. That would give us the time, however the delay is on if we're in that timed mode. So we can kind of see a number of options there. Now, it doesn't just have to play music. We can show you just a quick little demo here of playing, say, video. So this is a program called VLC. You can also do this in Windows Media Player. I just wanted to give you a little demonstration of it being used in a different program. Just going to clear up the desktop a little bit here. Okay. So I'm going to just load this movie in. Which it should load it. Okay. Let's just go to
content.
Okay, we're going to get our video ready. And we can press the same buttons again. So if I wanted to do 16 seconds of this film...
Speaker of the Commons, John Burko, was there to see it. Jeremy Stone reports.
Most of us can take communication for granted, but for many years Peter Zane was unable to express himself as he has cerebral palsy. He can now...
And now it stops. So if we want to replay it, we can press the switch again.
Talk through a keypad device.
So Peter, how much difference does this equipment make to your life?
Peter types in his answer and then...
I can open my front door with my communication aid and is independence for a person. Opening front door, I don't think you'll think it is...
And stops the music. So with this, we can use switches to control video, music, and playlists as well in both VLC, iTunes, and Windows Media Player. Hope you find it useful. If you've had any problems, by all means get in touch with us and see how you get on with it. Thanks very much.